Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be telling you guys what I got in my A-level mocks. So if you haven't already watched it, I did a week-long vlog of, I don't know why I'm doing it like this, it was a week-long vlog of mocks I had in November. Oh my god, no way. No, it can't have been November. I think it was November. Well, I did like a week-long vlog of my mocks that I did then, and excuse me. I never actually like filled you in with what I got in my mocks. I've actually done another set of mocks. I did it just before half term, so like 2-3 weeks ago, and I've just got my results back for them, so I'm going to tell you both of them and just show you how they compare, because it's a little crazy. In my mocks in November, as you can tell, I wasn't mentally okay that week. Cried a lot, and I considered my life choices a lot, and they didn't go very well. I thought they went a lot better than expected. I think that's why this time I put a lot more revision in. By the way, excuse my face, I've been wearing this makeup since 7:30 this morning. It's currently 10:30 at night because I had college and then I had to go to work. So yeah, I'm just gonna dive straight in. If you haven't watched that video, I'm an A-level student. I'm 18. I am in year 13 and I live in England. Year 13, I'm 18. I don't know what that relates to in other parts of the world. But I do psychology, sociology, and philosophy and ethics. So there I do 3 A-levels. Philosophy and ethics is 1. So in philosophy and ethics you have philosophy, ethics, and Christian theology, or like Christian thought. And that's 1 A-level. Sociology is what I want to do at uni. I want to do criminology, but like they're very similar in like some of the aspects of like the way they look at things and stuff. In my last mocks we only did 1 2-hour exam for each subject, so I only had 3 exams. In this mocks, because it's like 9 teaching weeks away is my A-levels, which they obviously want to like step up like our game and like make sure we're not just like our stamina and stuff of like how many exams we can do in 1 week. So I actually had 2 exams for each subject. So that is 6 exams. In the actual thing I have 9 exams, so it's pretty close to like, but they were all like smushed into 1 week. Actually I only had 5 exams because psychology was only 1 exam instead of 2 because we're doing another exam soon, but that's getting too complicated to explain. Sociology last time I think I got a B, and I think it was a crime paper and I got a B, which I don't know how I got a B, like, but I was like not prepared for it at all. And in this mock that I got an A star in my education paper, which I don't know how. I really don't know how. And then I got a B in the crime paper, which I'm like buzzing about because education was one of my weakest. Like I know if you take sociology AQA, I think that's what, yeah, sociology AQA, you know, like education's like the first one you learn and it's pretty easy. I hadn't revised it since we did it, and that was like a year ago. So there was no way I was gonna learn it. So I just like tried to learn that as much as I could. The week before my mocks, I was like, oh my god, Charlotte, like revise, you're an idiot. Like these are gonna help you for your A-levels, and I actually want to get into uni. So I did revise like the week before, but like that was nowhere near enough, so I was not expecting an A star at all. So yeah, the education paper I revised like the most, then the crime paper I did the night before, so I'm pretty happy with a B. Like my predicted grade for sociology is an A at actual A-levels. I only need a B for uni. So I got an A star in my education, a B in my crime, so that equals out to an A, I kind of think. I'm not too sure. Yeah. It doesn't really equal out because we do have another paper on top of that, but yeah. The next subject is psychology. So in my psychology mock in November I got a C, and I'm pretty sure it was a low C. In my recent mock I got a high B. Psychology for me is just like there's so much content to learn, and it's very overwhelming, and like I knew nothing before I started revising. Again, I started revising like the week before because I'm an idiot. But I really proud of myself for that because I didn't think it went that good. There was a lot of things that I was like, no, I don't know what that is, I've lost marks there. But if you just like apply your already like knowledge, you can at least gain like 1 mark. So I got a high B in that, which I am buzzing about. In my RE, so RE for me is my worst subject, which is very ironic because in GCSE it was my favourite subject. Like, I ignored all the other subjects. RE was my jam. Like, I did it for fun. Like, I genuinely did it for fun. Sounds so sad. I don't know, I was a weirdo. But when I got to A level, it turned into philosophy and ethics, which is a little different. Well, it's very different. I wanted to drop it. I still want to drop it, but I'm 2 years in, I can't drop it now. In the exam, we only had a paper on philosophy and a paper on Christian theology. In my last mocks in November, because obviously we only did one, we got tested on ethics and Christianity. So you get given 4 questions and you have to answer 3. And 2 of the questions were on ethics, 2 of the questions were on Christianity. I answered 1 ethics and 2 Christianity, which is stupid because I'm worse at Christianity. Don't know why I decided to do that, but whatever, it's in the past. So in my ethics question, I think I got a B because I like ethics. And then Christianity is my problem. Like, it is my main, like, head, mind blown, no. In one of them, I got an E, and in the other one, I got a U, which is sad because I actually revised for them. And, like, the ethics one I didn't revise for, and I got a B, and in the other ones, I got a U and an E, which is 6. So that equaled out to a D, like, overall. And then this year's mocks, they weren't much better, not gonna lie, because obviously we had 2 separate papers for this one. So I had 1 whole 1 on philosophy and 1 whole 1 on Christianity. So philosophy, I got a B overall, which is like, well done. Like, I'm not great at RE. I like it. I like the philosophy and ethics. I hate the Christianity. So my negativity creates bad grades. And I'm pretty proud of myself. And then this is where it goes downhill. I get extra time because of health reasons, and I didn't manage it very well. So in my Christianity, obviously got 4 questions. 1 of them I had revised for, and the other 3 I had absolutely no idea. So 1 of them I was like, yeah, got this, writing it out. And I actually got an A in that one, so I'm pretty proud of myself because I don't know how, like, still what. The second one, I think I got a B in. No, I think I got a C in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a C in the second one. Second one I guessed completely. I just started writing random stuff from other parts of the course and just compacted it together. So then the last question rolls around, and me being an idiot decided, I get 2.5 hours on my exams, and me being an idiot decided to spend 2 hours on 2 questions, when really it should be 50 minutes for 2 questions, which doesn't sound too bad, like, oh, 10 minutes over, like, big deal. But it was actually 20 minutes over because obviously I'd used 20 minutes. So that meant that I only had half an hour for my last question. So I was rushing. I answered the 2 easiest questions that I thought, like the 2 questions that I could actually like salvage an essay. And then I didn't know what the other 2 meant. I read them and I was like, I have absolutely no idea what you were chatting about. So it turns out one of them was on a pretty easy, well, not easy topic, but like a topic that I could have scraped a D in, like for my essay. But I didn't know that at the time. So I decided to go for the last question, which was on the paper, question 4. And I saw it as, this isn't going to make any sense if you don't take Christianity, but I saw it as Jesus Christ. So I was like, Jesus Christ, he is Christianity, Jesus Christ, like. So I was like, okay, got this, like, come on Charlotte, pull yourself together, just write some stuff down. So I started writing, and it gets to like 10 minutes because I'd done my plan and I'd written the introduction and I'd written like half of the first paragraph. And I start to like link my like points back to the question, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense, like this wouldn't be a question on Jesus Christ. Then I reread the question and have a little think to myself, and I'm like, you've done it on the wrong thing. Like, the most I could have got was like 10 marks out of 40. 1/3 of my whole paper on Christianity, 10 marks out of 40. That is a lot. That is like difference between, like 30 marks is a big difference in anything. So I was like, oh, for God's sake, Charlotte, you've got 20 minutes left to write an essay that would usually take you 50 minutes. Like, pull yourself together. So I start reading it and I'm like, okay, this is on this different part of the course, which is heteronomous, autonomous and theonomous. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So I'm writing. I write my introduction. I'm pretty sure only one paragraph, which you're supposed to write like 3, or like some people write 2, but they're like really in detail. I write 3 in like not as much detail because I don't know that much. So I'm like there and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, I've only written 1 paragraph, but I've got like 2 minutes left. So I finish my paragraph and I write my conclusion, and I don't even have time to put my hand up. I've run out of paper at this point. Don't even have time to put my hand up and be like, can I have some more paper? So I turn over my answers, like the question sheet, and I just start scribbling on the back. And then I write in like full, like big blown letters, like conclusion on the back. And then in the front, I'm like, don't bin this. This is my conclusion on it. And yeah, so that's how little time I had. I was writing my conclusion and the lady was stood right there like, need that paper? Kind of need that. And I walk out and I'm like, okay, I didn't salvage that last question, but I don't think it would have affected my grade as bad as I thought it could have, or as bad as it did. I go out and so I find the people who were in my class and I go up to them and I'm like, oh, what was that last question on, just to make sure? And they're like, religious pluralism. And I'm stood there like, what? Religious pluralism? What? I'd done it on like completely different topic. I'd started off on Jesus, ended up on heteronomous. It was actually pluralism. I know this doesn't make any sense to most of you, but it is like, they're like 3 different topics. It's like 3 different topics in like English, like 3 different books. Like, that's how different it is. And I was like, oh, for God's sake, like, that's 40 marks out of 120 that I've just messed up. Like, my grade is going to be horrific. So obviously my philosophy, I got a B in, so that's quite solid. That's all right. Like, I'm predicted a B. I need a B for uni. So it's like, okay, yeah. And I'm happy I've done it now instead of the actual exam, which, I mean, I might do it in the actual exam, but touch wood, pray. I'm away on my keyboard and I'm like quickly emailing my teacher like, I'm not an idiot, like, please don't think I'm stupid. Like, I now know that it was on religious pluralism. I'm not a dickhead. Like, so I got that nice little test back and I got a D. Which, I mean, isn't that bad, thinking about how I messed up 1/3 of the paper, because in that actual essay I got 11 out of 40 because I'm guessing some of my points were relevant, I don't know, or I explained something, not really that sure. My teacher had to write a little note on the side, if you hadn't messed this question up, this would have been a B grade paper. What I could have had, I would have had like a solid B for philosophy and Christianity in my mocks. A solid B, like, that's something to work from. That is something to be proud of. That is, I would be over the moon. But no, I had to mess up that last question. Had to get a D, which I guess that equaled out my RE to a C. I'm not too sure. They haven't really like done that yet or anything. So a little recap. Sociology A, Psychology B, RE C. So I need B, B, B to get into uni, and obviously these marks mean nothing. Like, they literally mean like absolutely nothing. They go to nothing, and I am aware of that, but it's still like, it's your work. You've put hard work into it. You want to get a good grade, and it reflects how your teachers like view you and like what they need to know to help you work on. So if I I messed up in that exam, my teachers now know to help me to not mess up and like read the question properly and not be a dickhead. I know some of my grades that I'll be saying, people will be like, she's really bad, she's not smart. Grades are subjective. I don't even know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. I don't mean to offend anyone. This is a really long, dragged out video. I've done like a little story time on my exams. That is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are going through A-levels, going through GCSEs, going through SATs, does that still happen? I don't think that still happens. If you're going through exams anywhere, just remember you got this. Like, if you've revised, if you've put the effort in, you're gonna do well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. Go check out my last vid. I was at a cheer competition. That's also why my voice is a bit like and why my neck is a different colour to my face. Good luck to people doing the A-levels. Good luck to people doing other exams. We will get through this. We will. I believe in us. Bye.